Developing story hearing this afternoon in Mayor Adams' corruption case. Back in September, a 5-count indictment was unsealed against the mayor with charges including bribery, fraud, and soliciting illegal foreign campaign donations. The judge ordered a conference to address the federal government's motion to dismiss. Alice Gaynor covers courts and is live in Foley Square outside the courthouse. Alice, what can we expect today?
Mayor Adams will be here, his attorney will be here, and though we're used to seeing prosecutors with the Southern District of New York present for any hearings related to the case, now it will be members of the U.S. Justice Department in Washington, D.C. since they took over. They're going to have to lay out their reasoning for the judge as to why they want the case dismissed. In his order for this conference, U.S. District Judge Dale Ho cited case law. Since the court must exercise sound judicial discretion in considering a request for dismissal, it must have sufficient factual information supporting the recommendation. Acting Deputy Attorney General Emil Bovee claims the charges against Mayor Eric Adams were politically motivated by former U.S. Attorney Damian Williams. And in its motion to dismiss, the Justice Department wrote, among other things, proceedings would interfere with the mayor's ability to govern in the city, which poses unacceptable threats to public safety, national security, and related federal immigration initiatives and policies. Before the Justice Department in Washington took over the case, Bovee ordered acting U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, Danielle Sassoon, to dismiss it without prejudice, meaning it could be refiled later. The DOJ requested this, it said, without assessing the strength of the evidence. Sassoon resigned instead. So too did other prosecutors in the office and in Washington. Sassoon wrote to U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi that the investigation began before Damian Williams even took office, and noted that being able to indict Adams again in the future creates ethical problems by implicitly threatening future prosecution if Adams' cooperation with enforcing the immigration laws proves unsatisfactory to the department. In a letter to the judge, Mayor Adams' attorney Alex Spiro said, "What we never said or suggested to anyone was that Mayor Adams would do X in exchange for Y. And no one said or suggested to us that they would do Y in exchange for X. We are prepared to confirm these points under oath in sworn declarations." Now, the case against Adams alleges that he received and sought improper gifts like luxury travel and illegal campaign contributions from wealthy foreign business people. In that letter to Attorney General Pam Bondi, Danielle Sassoon also pointed out she was prepared to seek a superseding indictment based on evidence that allegedly showed Mayor Adams destroyed evidence and allegedly gave false info to the FBI. The hearing is at 2 p.m. We will be inside. Live in Lower Manhattan, Alice Gaynor, CBS News, New York.
Alice, thank you. And joining us now to talk bigger picture is CBS News Justice correspondent Scott Macfarlane. And Scott, how closely is this being watched outside of New York?
Well, this suddenly became much more than just a story about Mayor Adams. The entire Department of Justice is watching this closely. This transcends Manhattan. The issue here is an inflection point for the future of the U.S. Justice Department. This is unprecedented, to drop a case not because the facts have changed or a point of law, but because of some potentially political motivation. If that works in this case, if that succeeds today, critics of the administration say that could send a chilling effect through prosecutors nationwide, federal courthouses from California to Connecticut.
We know there were prosecutors who resigned over this. Are there any other resignations looming?
I would expect more resignations throughout the department for multiple reasons, this being just one of them. But the heavy hand that people inside the agency are seeing here, a Department of Justice under the president's thumb, doing the president's bidding, is not what a lot of career prosecutors signed up for. There was this letter, Mary, released yesterday by 900 former federal prosecutors, including those in the Southern District, Eastern Districts of New York, Connecticut, New Jersey, arguing to their colleagues still at the agency, hold on to your principles, resist any political influence. But boy, this showdown today is going to echo nationwide.
CBS News Justice correspondent Scott Macfarlane, thank you.